The conscience within you is the Guru.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru Guru
With the right arm. Small arcs. Controlled movement. Just little by little let the arcs get a little bigger, a little bigger. Just be more slow about this than you might tend to be. At a certain point your arm will be comfortable going all the way over, but still keep it a smooth, controlled movement. When you get the inner feeling to change direction, realize you're getting inner guidance and just practice following inner guidance. Let the direction change. Little by little, let the movement get a little more slippery. And then start being attentive to the linger moments. The linger starts feeling stale and then it flows on. Close your eyes at a certain point. And just get into it a little bit more than you already are. And realize you're practicing, you're learning how to channel the movement. Let the arcs slow down, get smaller. Open your eyes, get it going on the other side. So as the teacher, I don't need to keep saying what I just said again. Do this like you've never done it before. Or as though you've done it so many times that you're really good at experiencing how new it always is. Close your eyes at a certain point. And then let the arcs slow down, get smaller. Open your eyes, come to the first hand, shake it loose. Add the arm, the forearm, the whole arm. And then again, close your eyes. And get into it a little bit more than you already are. It can't be fun if you're not getting into it. If you get into it, it starts getting more interesting. The more interesting it gets, the easier it is to get into it even a little more. When that arm feels satisfied, go to the other one. Close your eyes at a certain point. When that feels like enough, go to the foot. and the lower leg, the whole leg. And again, just notice that you're shaking out habitual tension. Then the other one. Okay, then with your feet exactly hip width apart. Toes spread. And in other words, this is not hip width apart. This is probably not hip width apart. There's only one place where your feet are actually hip width apart. And if you're the teacher, how would you know if somebody's feet are hip width apart? Their legs would be parallel. And it's not a big deal, but this is like the good standard spot. And it's awareness training. Snuggle your feet. Grow tall. Just close your eyes for a few moments. Just notice where you're gripping unnecessarily, where it might feel like you're kinked, where you're efforting too much. Get as tension-free as you can be and grow up and up and up. And at the same time, just relax. Do the same thing with your feet together, please. Grounded, tall, eyes closed. Or not. Notice where you're gripping, where you're kinking, where you're efforting too much. And yet you want to fill out your space. And then let your eyes open, step your feet apart, step them a little wider, a little wider. Spread your toes, snuggle the feet. Take a breath in and then bend your legs. Slide your hands over the knees, down the shin bones. Be aware of your hands beginning to merge with the ankles. Again, like you've never done it before, or like you've done it so many times that you're good at realizing how new it is. Snuggle the feet. Notice that your arms are somewhere. You could sink more towards the down extreme, or you could lift more up towards the up extreme. Just sort of start customizing and knowing what your choices are. Fix your head and neck so it feels more neutral. And just breathe for a couple seconds. Just live here. Notice where it feels like you're efforting too much. And then shift your hips over to the left. Let your left leg bend a little bit more than it is. Notice that the right leg straightens a little bit more. Notice how there's more weight on your left foot now. Your right foot is still over there. Both feet are on the ground. You're still grounded. Your arms are doing something. Most of the time I vote for lengthening them, lifting up, and then just fix the head and neck. Oh yeah, breathe. Shift your hips over to the right. Just sort of watch yourself fixing things. Again, always friendly. Shift your hips to the left, linger. Shift your hips to the right, linger. Hips to the left, hips to the right, and just go side to side a bunch of times. And let everything get as liquidy as possible. Be attentive to the linger moments, the flow on moments, the change direction moments. And then shift your hips over to the left, keep them there. Move your head and torso over to the right. And just like little by little start twisting into it. Gently push into your left hand to intensify the twist, gently. Fix your head and neck. And just breathe that. See if that mystical fragrance is in the air, even now. Shift your hips over to the right, keep them there. Move the head and torso over to the left. Spiral into it, push into the right hand. And even now, just watch how you're like fixing little things, customizing little things. You're doing something. Bring the torso back to the middle, both legs gently bent, fold down through the middle. Let the head dangle. And then come all the way down to a squat. Let your feet come closer together. And bring your hands into mudra number 1. What is the truth here, really? Mudra number 2. Mudra number 3. And then mudra 4, your palms come together, the left hand spins down, the right hand spins up. And just sort of mudra-size your fingers somehow. It'll be different every time. Okay, then just take a seat. Simple cross-legged position. With your left leg in front, please. From here, stick your left leg out to the side and just pull the right foot in a little tighter. I like to tip forward so I can wriggle the butt back and then bring the torso up to vertical. Now when I first started doing this one a lot, just my initial thought was I should be as open as possible. So I was always trying to sit like that. But at this point, I actually try and be as closed as possible. Each thigh will end up being angling out at about a 45-degree angle. You'll be facing down the middle of your planet. You wriggle the butt back, and then bring the torso up. Now, without using your hands, I usually just put them something like this. Just rotate to the right. So your pelvis is level, your spine is vertical, and you're rotating. And you're rotating. And at a certain point, you'll get stuck. And you know that you're not actually twisting as much as you could because you're not using your arms. Put the left hand at your left knee, like on the straight leg. Put the right hand down on the floor behind you. But don't use them yet. Actually, lift your hands up. Prove you're not using them. Put them back down, but don't use them. Now, in order to twist any deeper than you already are, you'll need to use them. So use your arms and twist yourself one notch tighter. Like not your maximum. And then try to minimize your arms. One notch tighter. Try to minimize your arm strength. One notch, one notch, one notch. Just like tighten it a nice amount. Try to minimize your arm strength. Both shoulders back. Both shoulders down. Belly in. Your head's on in neutral. Just slowly turn your head to the right as far as it'll go. So everything sort of spinning to the right. Keep everything spinning to the right. Just slowly turn your head to the left as far as it'll go. So you just sort of wring yourself out the other way. From here, take it up into your chin, inhaling. And as you exhale, fold out over your right knee, the bent one. And just let your hands just land in sort of an easy, sort of like a push-up position. The left leg is straight. Spread the toes down there. That's easy to do. It's just, again, it's just awareness training. Like keep part of your attention down there. Your hands are where they are, sort of like a push-up. Keep your hands where they are. Curl your head in and just slowly, like slow motion, slowly push your arms towards straight so that you come into a round back extreme and you can plug the left sitting bone into the floor. Left toe spread, both arms pressing straight, head curling in, round back extreme. Just sort of feel where the stretch points are on your back, and just gentle but nicely. Keeping your arms straight, lift your chin up, and let yourself come into a nice little back bend here. Just sort of look up. Left toe spread. As you exhale, draw the belly in, curl your head in, round your back. Plug the left sitting bone. So I let each position soak in for a little bit, and then with the inhale, take it up again. And with the exhale, round back extreme again. You just go back and forth a bunch of times. Because your arms are straight, your torso is up here in sort of a midway spot, which allows you to get a lot of movement with your torso. When I'm at home doing this, I'll do this like 20, 30 times and just sort of get into it. Every once in a while you'll feel like lingering and being there for a bit. And then you flow on, you be there for a bit. And then just sort of bring your spine to a neutral position there. And start moving your belly around in circles to the left. So you're doing spinal rolls. Starting from as low as you can be. Start bringing the circles up through your torso. Keep the left toe spread. Feel how the shoulders get malleable, how the movement starts coming up through your neck and your head. And you're just making your whole spine liquidy. Then change direction. Start at the bottom, low, slow, small. And get into it. Like feel how you're making the circles, the spirals. Start bringing them up your torso. Just keep doing it with feeling. This is nice. Your head and neck starts getting into the act. And then with an inhale, take it up into the chin, hit the top of the note up there. And as you exhale, just let your arms bend, you'll fold out over the knee. Curl your head in, push your arms straight, come all the way up. Switch the legs. Tip forward so you can wriggle the butt back. Bring the torso up. No hands, rotate left. You put a nice line of energy down the right leg, keep the toes spread. And you'll get stuck at a certain point. Put the right hand, put the left hand, don't use them. Prove you're not using them by lifting them up. Put them down, be attentive to not use them. And then use them a little bit to wind yourself, a little bit to wind yourself. One notch, one notch, one notch. It feels good to wring yourself out. Keep trying to be as relaxed as you can be, though. You're not doing nothing, but you're being as relaxed as you can be as you wring yourself out. Both shoulders back, shoulders down, belly in. Right toe spread. Awareness training. Not difficult. Turn your head to the left as far as it'll go. Turn your head to the right as far as it'll go. Wait for the right moment and then take it up into the chin. Inhaling, hit the top of the note. Exhale, fold over the knee. Let your hands slide, land in a nice push-up position. Oh yeah, the toes. Keeping the hands where they are, curl your head in. Hesitate, wait for the right moment, and then just slowly push your arms towards straight. Your head curls in, you end up in a round back extreme. The right sitting bone reaches the floor finally. And where you feel the stretch points, sort of aim your breathing into those spots. So part of it is you use the shape of the body and your muscles and stuff to find the stretch, but then breathe into it. Keeping the arms straight, lift the chin. Oh yeah, the right toe still. Take it up into the chin, linger for a bit. Notice your arms, they're somewhere. You could sink to the down extreme. You could be lifting up. You could be in the middle, and you are somewhere. Most of the time, be lifting up, take it up into the chin. And then curl the head in, round the back. And just as it feels like the thing to do, just go back and forth. Not mechanical. Learn to do this so that you like it. And the advanced practice, remember, is just get into it. It's not about how bendy you are, it's about how much you can get into it. Sometimes you won't take it to the full extreme, you might just be going back and forth, sort of mid-range. Okay, then take it up into the chin, inhaling. And as you exhale, fold out over the knee. Curl your head in, round your back up. And then start with the belly circle. Start low. Just go one direction or the other, doesn't matter. You'll go the other way in a sec. Be gentle. Feel what you're doing to yourself. I'm mostly just thinking about like erasing the tight spots. Sort of like you're washing a window, you're looking for the little smudgy spots. Bring the spirals up through your torso, your shoulders, your head and neck gets increasingly liquid. And at a certain point, change the direction. Start low, start slow. Keep spiraling your way up through your head and neck. And then take it up into the chin, hit the top of the note. And as you exhale, fold. Curl your head in, slowly push to bring your way yourself up. Okay, now, this is what I call the TV pattern. This is what I do often when I'm watching TV. I sit around and like straddle splits a lot. So say we're here first. You're folding forward and just watching TV. I would vote do this one a lot. You can put a bolster under you and rest on it. That's a nice way to do things. Just sort of come to an easy place. So I'm watching the news. Okay, so I've been here for a while. Then you bring yourself up, fold the right leg in, sort of like how we were doing. Now remember how I said the other day that mostly what I'm into is like stuff for lotus. So I do a lot of hip openers and back strengtheners so that it's easy to sit in lotus. And this is one of the patterns I'll do a lot. So you're now in this position. Bring the left leg in and just sort of cross it over. Grab your foot, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Turn as far as you can. Insert weight. And then just let the knee drop down towards the front. And what I do is with my left hand, I pin the right foot down and just sort of wriggle my butt back. So I'm in sort of this tight, sort of a half lotusy thing. It's sort of a Shankara pose. It feels really awkward at first, but it's a great way to start practicing your lotus. So you just hang out here for a few seconds. Don't hassle yourself with your knees way up here. Just do what you can do. Iyengar was always sitting around like this. I had lunch with him. This is how he eats lunch. And it was cool. There's paintings of Shankara. He's always sitting sort of like this. So I call this Shankara asana. At the moment, the left leg's on top. So with your left hand, I just reach underneath the shin bone to sort of lift it up a bit. I lean back. And the bottom leg, this right leg, just take it out to the side and bring the left one down. So bingo, here you are on the second side. Turn, fold out over the knee for a moment. So this is a part of what we did the first time, the first pattern. And just resting in this position is a good way to like work your forward bends, work your lotus, and it's sort of easy, typically bending down over the knee. Just let it cook. And then bring yourself up. Bring the right foot in. Cross it over. Grab it, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. And then just let the knee drop down. With the right hand, I pin the left foot down and just wriggle my butt back. So I'm in a nice Shankara asana. Live here until the next commercial. And again, sort of like the trick. For me, my yoga took off when I just started fiddling around the rest of the time. Watching TV, do a bunch of this stuff. Sit on the couch, try and put your leg behind your head. Sit on the floor more than you normally would. Or when you're in a restaurant, see if you can sit cross-legged. So it's just sort of all the time. I was with Vonda Scarabelli. She would put both legs behind her head and sit in the train. Okay, the right leg is on top. Lift it up. Slide the left leg out. Put the right foot down. Turn towards the bent knee. Fold out over this one. So if you just do it a lot, sort of easy stuff, it starts getting easy. Don't push it hard, just like, again, just sort of like you're goofing off. Mine's up. Yeah, I would let it go up. Or either way, but mine's up. My left sitting bone is not anywhere near the floor. Yeah. But see, this is a nice little twisty, forward, bendy thing, is it? And it's easy. But if you do it a lot, your whole body will get more malleable. Okay, bring yourself up. Bring the left leg in, cross it over, pull it back. Let it drop down, pin the foot, snuggle your seat back. Shankara asana on the other side. Once your hips start opening up, they tend to stay open. Like you don't need to be really warmed up in order to start doing this stuff. And like they'll stay open. So if you just sort of be consistent for a while and do a lot of these, and if you're just sitting there watching TV anyway, sort of do this. Lean back, stick the right leg out, turn towards the left, fold out over the knee. So it's just side to side, sort of a bunch of times. It's good practice to keep your right toe spread. Again, it's not difficult. It's more just like mind training. It's obvious if someone's not there. It's obvious if they are there. Notice that your spine is whatever shape it's in. And from right there where you are, you could try to round your back a little bit more. It won't go very far because you're down at that extreme. You could try to arch your back. It won't go very far. Even here, you can sort of do the little belly rolls and sort of start just moving around inside the shape. Looking to erase the little smudgy spots. Don't attack. You don't attack the window. Okay, one more time, please. Bring it up, cross the leg over. So I keep migrating south. You know what I mean? You're further and further away from the TV. And as this starts getting easier for you, the bottom leg is like when you wriggle your butt back, increasingly the bottom shin bone will get closer and closer to horizontal. The lotus knee will rest on that foot. And then you're just moments away from an easy lotus. Switch it. And release it, fold out over the knee. Left toe spread. Most of the time I just sort of relax here. But then you could try to round your back. You could try to arch your back. You could do the little spiral circles. Even just to like kind of nudge into good spots and just sort of like press into them for a bit. Any tight spot's a good one to undo. Okay, then bring yourself up. The leg that's bent, stick it out to the side. And once again, just come down through the middle. And if you notice yourself hassling yourself for not being very far down, notice that you're doing it and then just shut up in there. And just breathe. Okay. Then, feet hip width apart. Come into a squat. From there, lift your butt up. Let yourself dangle over. Just both legs bent is fine. Wrap the arms around the legs. Hold your wrist lightly and just dangle here.